Could Curry actually become the GOAT in 2025? Quick warning, it would take a lot for him to become the GOAT, but in my opinion, Curry, LeBron, and Durant are the only 3 players who are in debates for top 10 player of all time as of right now. But because a lot of you guys who subscribe to me seem to love Curry, I chose to do this video on him, so let's see. Let's start off with the new addition and how he helps Curry, Buddy Hield. Steve Kerr recently hinted that Hield's role as the 6th man is pretty much locked in, and it's a brilliant move. He's a career 40% three-point shooter. That kind of shooting ability is gold in the NBA, especially coming off the bench. Just like legends Jamal Crawford and Lou Williams, Hield will keep opponents on their toes the moment he steps onto the court. Can you imagine the tension when he walks to the scorer's table? You gotta guard Hield after guarding Curry for 10 minutes, and that's the real beauty of having Hield on the team, his ability to complement Curry. When Curry is on the bench for about 15 minutes a game, Hield can step up and carry the load. Imagine the Warriors without Curry for those crucial moments. It can be a real struggle, but with Hield, they've got a guy who can light it up from deep. I can already see defenses scrambling as they try to figure out how to stop both of them. One of the most exciting aspects of Hield joining the Warriors is the potential for him to help Curry, not just on the court, but also in terms of spreading the offense. When teams double team Curry, he often has to find other outlets. With Hield's ability to shoot from anywhere, defenders can't afford to leave him open. That could lead to some serious scoring opportunities. I can picture Curry driving to the basket, drawing defenders, and kicking it out to Hield for a wide open 3. That's a recipe for success. And let's not forget the energy Buddy brings. Coming off the bench, he's going to be that spark plug they need. His confidence is palpable, and you can see it in the way he plays. He's not shy about taking shots, and that mentality is exactly what the Warriors need. Plus, his experience playing for different teams means he's got a wealth of knowledge and adaptability. He'll fit right into whatever role Kerr assigns him. It's also clear that Kerr has a vision for this team, and Hield is a crucial piece of that puzzle. With the rotation being somewhat flexible, it's evident that Kerr knows exactly how he wants to use both Curry and Hield. While the rest of the roster may see some shuffling around, these two are the foundation for what they're building. Having that solid duo means defenses have to pick their poison. Do they focus on Curry and leave Hield open, or do they try to guard Hield, giving Curry even more space to operate? It's going to be a nightmare for opposing teams. Looking ahead, I can't help but feel excited about the chemistry Hield and Curry will develop. The synergy between a dynamic scorer like Hield and a maestro like Curry can't be overstated. They're both incredible shooters, but bring different elements to the table. While Curry is known for his jaw-dropping long-range shots and playmaking, Hield's ability to get hot in a hurry can flip the script in a game. 1 minute they might be trailing, and the next, Hield catches fire and gets the Warriors right back in it. But when you talk about GOAT debates, the one thing you need to do is change the game. And if there's one person who's changed the game over the past 10 years, it's Curry. He's taken the three-point shot and turned it into a lethal weapon, reshaping how the game is played. With his incredible shooting range, defenses have been forced to adapt in ways they never thought possible. No longer can teams just sit back and defend the paint. They have to stretch out to the three-point line, creating space for everyone on the floor. Think about it. Before Curry, the three-point shot was often seen as a risky play. But now, thanks to him, it's become a fundamental part of basketball strategy. Teams are prioritizing three-point shooting like never before. They're focusing on spacing and accuracy from beyond the arc, and Curry is at the center of it all. He consistently ranks among the league leaders in three-pointers made, shattering records season after season. His shooting ability has transformed the game, and you can feel the effects all the way down to youth basketball. Speaking of youth basketball, Curry's impact goes far beyond the pros. Young players are looking up to him and modeling their games after his electrifying style. The Curry effect has taken the basketball world by storm, leading countless aspiring players to develop their long-range shooting skills. Kids are out there practicing his shooting form, trying to nail those deep threes just like he does. It's reshaping how talent is developed. Instead of focusing solely on traditional positions, young players are honing their skills as shooters. Now, let's talk about how Curry's presence has changed team strategies. Teams have started using small ball lineups to match the pace and space that he creates. It's like a chess match out there. Defenses can't just pack the paint. They have to guard the perimeter closely. This shift has opened up new opportunities for teammates, allowing them to thrive in this fast-paced environment. Curry's off-ball movement is something to marvel at. He doesn't just stand around waiting for the ball. He's always on the move, creating his own shot or drawing defenders away to open up space for others. And it doesn't stop there. Curry has redefined what it means to be a point guard. Traditionally, point guards focused on playmaking, but Curry shows that scoring is just as important. His ability to shoot off the dribble, combined with his playmaking skills, has created a new generation of guards who are expected to do it all. Young players are seeing this and adjusting their games accordingly, blending scoring with playmaking seamlessly. Curry's influence even extends to the global stage. His captivating style has drawn in fans from all over the world. International interest in the NBA has surged, and Curry is a big reason for that. With increased viewership and merchandise sales abroad, the game is growing globally like never before. Kids everywhere are picking up basketballs and dreaming of being the next Curry. By the way, if you enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during the season. I genuinely appreciate it if you subscribe. Thanks. Curry's leadership and sportsmanship set a new standard for athletes. His humility and work ethic resonate with fans and players alike. He's shown that you can be an incredible talent while still being a team player and a role model. It's refreshing to see someone who not only excels on the court, but also emphasizes integrity and character off it. He's changing the narrative about what it means to be a superstar in today's world. Looking ahead to 2025, I can't help but get excited about what's next for Curry. He's already achieved so much, but there's still room for growth. Just imagine how much more he could develop his game. As the league evolves, so does he. With the current trends, Curry could further enhance his shooting skills. There's always room for improvement, even for a player of his caliber. He could refine his off-ball movement and find even more ways to get open shots. Plus, as defenses continue to adapt to his game, he'll have to innovate and stay ahead. His ability to read defenses and find the best scoring opportunity could reach new heights. As he ages, Curry's experience will play a significant role in his development. He's got the basketball IQ to make smart decisions on the court. He'll know when to take risks and when to let his teammates shine. It's this blend of skill and intelligence that could keep him at the top of his game for years to come. As he continues to evolve, his style will undoubtedly leave a lasting legacy. Young players will still look up to him, trying to emulate his game. The Curry effect won't be going away anytime soon. Players will be inspired to shoot from deep, create space, and become more versatile. Curry has not only changed the NBA with his incredible shooting, but has also set the stage for future generations. His impact is felt far and wide, from the pros to youth leagues around the globe. In 2025, he could be even better, continuing to redefine what it means to be a star in the NBA. But when you talk about the GOAT, a lot of people like to talk about winning, and Curry already has 4 championships. Looking at the Warriors this season, a lot would have to go right for them to win it all, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. The Golden State Warriors find themselves at a crucial crossroads after the departure of Klay Thompson and Chris Paul. Losing Thompson, a key figure in their dynasty, and Paul, a seasoned veteran, means the Warriors must rely heavily on their youth and versatility. They're turning to young talents like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Brandon Potts to fill the gaps. It's a big change, but if everything goes right, they can absolutely make a run for the title again. Let's talk about Kuminga. This guy's got potential written all over him. He's an explosive wing who can elevate and finish at the rim. Sure, his jump shot can be erratic, but if he finds that consistency, he could be a game changer for them. Alongside Andrew Wiggins, who found his shooting groove again, the Warriors have a pair of wings that can wreak havoc on both ends of the floor. Just imagine what they could do if they both hit their stride. Then there's Pods. He might be the least experienced, but he could also be the most reliable. His two-way game will be crucial as they look to compete. He's shown flashes of brilliance, and if he can step up, it'll give them some much-needed stability. The coaching staff, led by Steve Kerr, will definitely be looking for dependable performances from these young guys. Now let's shift our focus to the other new additions. Kyle Anderson, Buddy Hield, and DeAnthony Melton. They bring valuable experience and can fill roles as consistent contributors. Anderson's versatility can help them play faster, while Hield and Melton add firepower to their offense. However, they'll need to prove themselves during crunch time. Can they step up in the playoffs when the pressure is on? That's the million-dollar question. Defensively, Draymond Green's role becomes even more vital. At 34, he's still a leader on the court, but there are concerns about whether he can maintain that elite level of defense. He missed a good chunk of last season due to injuries and suspensions, and he didn't make the all-defensive team for the first time since 2020. That raises eyebrows, but if he can stay healthy and elevate his game, it'll be a huge boost for them. They'll need his grit and experience to anchor the defense and help develop the younger guys. Looney has been a reliable presence for them, and Jackson Davis adds depth. Green's ability to play small ball center has always been crucial for their success. If he can maintain that ability, they'll have the flexibility to create mismatches. But if he struggles, the Warriors may need to adjust their strategy. Spacing is key. Without Thompson, who used to stretch the floor, they'll have to find a way to create room for Curry to operate. They can't rely solely on Curry's shooting ability. It's going to be a collective effort. The new players must provide that spacing, and the younger guys need to develop their games quickly. Can they step up and support Curry when the game is on the line? Now let's talk about what could go right. Imagine if Wiggins returns to his 2022 All-Star form. That would be a massive boost. If he and the young guys like Kuminga, Moody, Pods, and Jackson Davis all progress, they'll have a solid core to build around. The Warriors have a history of developing talent, so they've got a good shot at this. If Green can keep his defensive prowess intact and they all find that rhythm, they can absolutely secure a playoff spot. The Western Conference is always competitive, but they've got a chance to be in the mix. With Curry leading the charge, anything's possible. Let's not forget about the front office's role. If they see the potential in the squad and recognize that they're just one key addition away from title contention, it could lead to a mid-season trade that transforms the team. They've made bold moves in the past, and they could do it again. If they feel the right piece is available, the potential is there. They've got a mix of seasoned players and emerging talents, and if everything aligns, they can make a serious playoff run. In a perfect world, the Warriors find their chemistry and depth. They embrace the youth movement while still leaning on their veterans. A cohesive unit that can adapt to the changing dynamics of the league could put them back in the title conversation. It's all about finding that balance. The fans should be excited. There's a sense of optimism in the air. The potential for explosive plays and thrilling performances is high. If they can harness that energy and put it all together, the Golden State Warriors can be a formidable force in the league once again. It's going to be a wild ride, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. With the right blend of skill, determination, and strategy, they could lift that trophy again. They've got the pieces, but it's up to them to make it happen. I believe in this squad. Let's see them rise to the occasion and prove the doubters wrong. They just need to put in the work, stay focused, and believe in themselves. If they can do that, the sky's the limit. And let's not forget about the impact they could have beyond the NBA. If they perform well, it'll inspire younger generations. The Warriors have always been a team that promotes the love for the game. Their success can encourage kids everywhere to pick up a basketball and chase their dreams. That's what it's all about. The Golden State Warriors have a unique opportunity ahead of them. If everything clicks, they can surprise everyone. They've got the talent, the experience, and the heart to make a run for the title. So let's get ready for an exciting season ahead. With Curry leading the way, anything is possible. When you talk about the GOAT too, though, achievements matter. As much as people like to say they're overrated, they do matter. With 4 NBA championships under his belt, Curry has proven he can perform when it matters most. He's the Finals MVP, a title that's not just handed out, it's earned. It takes a special kind of player to rise to the occasion like he does. Let's talk about the regular season. Curry's a 2-time NBA Most Valuable Player. That's right, 2 times. He's part of an elite club, and his ability to dominate the game is undeniable. He's been selected for the NBA All-Star Game 10 times. 10. That's a testament to his skill and popularity among fans and players alike. And if you think that's impressive, check this out. He's earned All-NBA First-Team honors 4 times. 4. He's also snagged 4 All-NBA Second Team and 2 All-NBA Third Team selections. That's consistency at its finest. Curry's also a 2-time NBA scoring champion. Scoring is a big deal. And to lead the league in points not just once, but twice, it's absolutely remarkable. And let's not forget about his defensive skills. He led the league in steals. That's right, he can take the ball away from opponents just as easily as he can sink threes. Speaking of threes, this guy is the all-time leader in three-pointers made. Can you believe that? Every time he shoots from beyond the arc, you can feel the excitement. He's in the exclusive 50-40-90 club, which means he shot at least 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line in a season. That's crazy efficient. And let's not forget that Curry was also named to the NBA 75th anniversary team. He's recognized among the greats of the game. When people talk about the best players of all time, Curry's name always comes up. His impact on the game is huge, and it's not just about the numbers. It's the way he's changed how the game is played. Now imagine if he adds even more achievements in 2025. Just think about it. More championships, more MVPs, or maybe even breaking more records. Every accomplishment will only boost his all-time greatness ranking. It's exciting to think about where he could end up. His legacy could be even more legendary. When you consider all he's done, it's clear that Curry's not slowing down. He's got the talent, the work ethic, and the passion for the game. A big debate people always have, though, who's the best point guard ever, Curry or Magic Johnson? These two legends have dominated the basketball world in different ways. Let's break down what makes each player unique and see how they stack up against each other. First up, let's talk points. Curry has racked up an impressive 21,712 points, placing him 38th all-time. That's nothing to sneeze at. On the flip side, Magic Johnson sits at 17,707 points, which ranks 84th. While Curry takes the cake in total points, Magic shines in a different area: assists. Magic is the assist king. With a staggering 10,141 assists, he ranks 7th in NBA history. That's over 4,000 more assists than Curry's 5,740. Curry only averaged more than 8 assists in a single season during his 14-year career. Magic, on the other hand, averaged an incredible 11.2 assists per game. That's an NBA record. And let's not forget about the postseason, where Magic dished out over 2,300 assists, leading the pack ahead of LeBron James by over 300. Now, when it comes to three-pointers, Curry is the undisputed champion. He's made 3,393 pointers, the most in NBA history. He holds 4 of the top 5 spots for single-season three-pointers made. Plus, he's the only player to hit 400 threes in a single season. Magic didn't even shoot threes like Curry does, so he definitely has the edge here. Now let's dive into the triple-double numbers. Magic leads the way with 138 triple-doubles, ranking 3rd all-time. Curry's only managed 10. If you define a point guard by their passing ability, Magic clearly has the advantage. Michael Jordan pointed out that you must define point guard to really have a serious debate. So if the definition leans toward playmaking, Johnson's stats will make a stronger case. Now how about NBA titles? Magic has 5 championships, while Curry has 4. Every time Magic played, his Los Angeles Lakers made the playoffs. In fact, they reached the NBA Finals 9 times in his 12 seasons before his first retirement. That's dominance. Curry is still active, and at 35, he's got plenty of time to climb the ranks. With his 4 titles and the recognition from winning the MVP award unanimously in the 2015-16 season, he's shown he can deliver. That year, he led the Warriors to an astonishing 73 wins. His career scoring averages 24.6 points per game compared to Magic's 19.5. Another area where Curry shines is in how he's changed the game. He's inspired a whole generation of young players who want to shoot threes just like him. I mean, just take a look at youth basketball today. Everyone's trying to emulate his style. It's amazing to see how he's influenced the game beyond just his stats. On the contrary, Magic's influence on the game is undeniable as well. He brought a sense of flair to the point guard position. His court vision and passing were revolutionary. He made playing point guard about more than just scoring, shifting the focus to facilitating and making teammates better. Magic's legacy includes not just his individual accomplishments, but also his impact on how the game is played. So how do you compare these two legends? When you think about Curry's offensive skills, the three-point shooting, and the scoring titles, it's hard not to be blown away. But Magic's record-setting assists, triple-doubles, and playoff success are also hard to ignore. It's like comparing apples and oranges. They both bring something incredible to the table. As for accolades, let's dive in. Magic has 3 MVP awards, while Curry has 2. But Curry recently earned his first Finals MVP. Magic's accolades shine bright, but with Curry still playing, he has time to catch up. The recent ESPN rankings place Magic 4th on the NBA's 75th anniversary team, while Curry ranked 16th. This was before Curry secured his 4th title and his first Finals MVP. That ranking might change again soon if Curry keeps climbing the charts. Both players have made their mark on the league. The question is, how do you define greatness? Is it the number of championships, the individual stats, or the impact on the game? If you look at the overall contributions to their teams and how they played, both Magic and Curry have left an indelible mark on the NBA. Magic revolutionized the point guard position, while Curry redefined what it means to shoot the ball. I love this debate because it's not just about numbers. It's about how they influenced the game and inspired the next generation. Whether you lean toward Magic's passing wizardry or Curry's jaw-dropping shooting, you can't deny their greatness. This Curry versus Magic debate is not just a numbers game. It's about style, legacy, and how they shaped basketball. So, who's the GOAT? It might just come down to personal preference. After all, basketball is a game of opinions, and both of these players are legends in their own right. In 2023, Bleacher Report made an article titled, "Does Curry Have a Legitimate GOAT Argument?" I want to talk about what it said and the points they made, such as the nature of the NBA's all-time ladder. Outside of Michael Jordan being at or near the top, it's almost impossible to find consensus on anyone else. But that hasn't stopped anyone from trying, and it certainly won't now. Recently, Shaquille O'Neal sparked a heated debate by declaring Curry as the greatest point guard of all time. Now, if you look back 4 years ago, Bleacher Report ranked Curry as the 10th best player of all time. At that time, there was quite a bit of backlash, but keeping him there now would probably be overly conservative. Curry has only continued to elevate his game. What we can't deny is that Curry is irrefutably the greatest shooter of all time. I mean, this guy is on another level. Curry stands first all time in three-pointers per game, shooting an incredible 3.9. And when you compare him to other great shooters, he's just in a league of his own. To give you an idea of his dominance, throughout his career, Curry has scored over 10,533 points on 8,220 attempts from beyond the arc. That's about 1.28 points per attempt. The league average during the same stretch is 1.07. If you multiply the difference between those two numbers by Curry's total attempts, you get an astonishing 1,714.5 points added over what an average shooter would have scored on those same attempts. And the leaderboard for that number? It's pretty hilarious. Here's the list. Curry, 1,714.5. Klay Thompson, 945.9. Kyle Korver, 931.8. JJ Redick, 780.8. Buddy Hield, 576.1. When you see those numbers, it's clear that Curry has set himself apart. He also holds the record for the best career free throw percentage. And let's not forget, he faces nearly unmatched defensive attention. Teams are double teaming him 30 feet from the rim, creating opportunities for his teammates. Just imagine the pressure he faces out there. But shooting isn't all he brings to the table. Curry's impact goes beyond just the three-point line. He's also top 50 all-time in assists per game. That ball handling ability to set up his teammates or generate shots for himself, it's one of his more underrated skills. He's fourth all-time among players 6 feet 2 inches or shorter in rebounds per game. Now, there's always the argument about defense. People often say Curry isn't great on that end, but remember, he led the league in steals one season and is above average in defensive box plus, minus for his career. Sure, it's an imperfect stat, but it gives you an idea of his contributions on both ends of the floor. When it comes to overall impact, just look at the numbers. For his entire career, the Warriors are plus 8.1 points per 100 possessions with Curry on the floor. When he's off, they drop to minus 2.8. That gives him a plus 10.9 net rating swing. To put that in perspective, LeBron James's is plus 10.8, while Kobe Bryant's best mark is plus 7.9. That level of impact for that many years, it's simply outrageous. If you narrow Curry's stats down to a 5 or 6 year peak, it gets even easier to mention him among the greats. Box plus minus, tracked back to the 73-74 season, gives a clear look at player contributions. Curry's best 500 game stretch comes in at plus 8.7. And check out these 500 game marks for some players often mentioned in the top 10 to 15 conversations. Shaquille O'Neal, 7.2. Tim Duncan, 7.1. Kobe Bryant, 6.2. Hakeem Olajuwon, 6.2. Talk about being in decent company. Now, if you're more about vibes and accolades rather than just stats, let's consider a few key points. Curry is the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. That's right, no one else has ever done that. He's one of only 4 players in NBA history to have at least 2 MVPs, 2 scoring titles, and 1 Finals MVP. The others, Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's some elite company, and here's something that speaks volumes about his character. He welcomed Kevin Durant to the Warriors with open arms. Instead of feeling threatened, Curry willingly took a step back to become a 1B scoring option. That shows real humility and team spirit. Curry has been with the same franchise his entire career. The Warriors' valuation skyrocketed from $176 million and 27th in the league 5 years before he was drafted to a staggering $7.7 billion now. The brand of basketball that Curry and coach Steve Kerr have championed, it emphasizes ball and player movement over isolation. They've inspired countless copycats and made the NBA so much more fun to watch. Now let's talk about championships. Curry has 4 of them. That's the same number as Shaquille O'Neal, 2 ahead of Durant and 1 behind Kobe. He has 9 All-NBA selections, ranking 26th all-time. That's only 2 behind 12th place, and that seems very attainable given his current level of play. Overall though, Curry has been a dominant force in the NBA, and many fans are starting to wonder, could he actually become the greatest of all time? It's a tough question. While it might be hard for him to reach that ultimate status, it's definitely not impossible. Honestly, he's one of the few players currently in the league with a real chance, alongside LeBron James. But if we're talking about the greatest of all time, there are some hurdles he's got to clear. First off, the competition is fierce. He's up against legends like Michael Jordan and LeBron James, who both have incredible resumes and legacies. Jordan's 6 championships and perfect finals record are hard to beat, while LeBron has been a consistent force in the league for over 20 years. Curry's going to need to keep winning and putting up those impressive stats to even be in the same conversation. There's also the question of longevity. Can he keep this level of play going for a few more years? Injuries have been a part of his career, and while he's bounced back, he'll need to stay healthy to continue his chase for greatness. If he can maintain his performance and avoid serious injuries, who knows what could happen. Let's not forget about the impact he's had on the game itself. The style of play he brought to the Warriors has changed how teams approach basketball. The emphasis on shooting and spacing has trickled down through the entire league. It's all about that fast-paced, 3-point shooting game now, and Curry's the one who started it all. This legacy could play a big role in how he's remembered down the line. Curry's accolades speak for themselves. He's a 2-time MVP and the only player in NBA history to win it unanimously. His scoring titles and all-star selections continue to stack up. But to really enter that GOAT discussion, he'll need to keep pushing the envelope. More championships, more MVPs, and continued excellence on the court are essential. At the end of the day, while it might be hard for Curry and Curry to claim the title of the greatest of all time, the possibility is still there. He's got the talent, the work ethic, and the drive to keep pushing forward. It's an exciting journey to watch, and who knows, he just might end up surprising us all. Right now, he's the only player outside of LeBron in the league who could potentially make that leap. Let's keep our eyes on him. If you enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during the season. I'd genuinely appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks.